got a clue, it's an advantage in the game. Details may be different, but the rules are still the same. The game of life can be disheartening, so much to get through. Best to set the game for gambit if you've got a clue. The game of life should not apply to those who write the rules. It functions as an opiate for peasants and for fools. The game of death is much, much simpler, but one thing is true. Take care as you play it, not to leave a single clue. Take care as you play it, not to leave a single clue. You have your instructions?
Oui, monsieur.
Ah, is everything all right, Mrs. Ho?
Food will be ready at 7:30.
Well, good evening.
Yes, do come in, Colonel. You are expected. It is Colonel Mustard, is it not?
No, that's not my name.
Pardon me, sir, but tonight you might well feel obliged to my employer for the use of an alias. For I am Wadsworth, sir, the butler. Do come in, madam. You are expected.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you are to be known as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in the letter. May I ask why?
I didn't realize that you two knew one another.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, you must be Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, I am.
How do you do?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, thank you so much. What a lovely house this is.
Is this the right place to meet Mr. Body?
Oh, dear. You must be Mr. Green.
How'd you know?
Oh, and look, it is Miss Scarlett and Professor Plum. I didn't realize that you two are acquainted.
We weren't.
I see. Well, welcome, everyone. May I introduce Mrs. White, Colonel Mustard, Mr. Green, Miss Scarlett, Professor Plum, and Mrs. Peacock. And I am Wadsworth. Now, since everyone here has been addressed by a pseudonym, you have realized that no one here is being addressed by their real name. If you all please follow me into the study. Yvette.
So is all this glass for you?
Why, no, sir. I am merely an humble butler.
And what exactly do you do, butler?
I bottle, sir.
So what's this all about, this party?
Ah, ours is not to reason why. Ours is but to do and die.
Die?
Yes, sir. Quoting, sir, Tennyson, I believe.
I prefer Kipling myself. The female of the species is always more deadly than the male. Do you like Kipling, Miss Scarlett?
Sure, I'll eat anything.
Well, is all this glass for our host?
Oh, why, no, sir. The remaining glass is for our seventh guest, Mr. Body.
But I thought Mr. Body was our host. So who is our host, Wadsworth?
Yes. I'm afraid that, for the moment, sir, that's all I can say.
Classic passive-aggressive.
So do we need to wait for the other guests?
I would keep something warm for you.
Oh, what do you have in mind, dear?
Awkward silences are my specialty. Somebody's got to break this ice, and it might as well be me. I mean, I'm used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's work, and it's always difficult when a new group of friends come together for the first time to get acquainted. So I'm perfectly prepared to get this ball rolling. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing here, or what we're doing here, or what this place is all about, but I am determined to enjoy myself and very intrigued. And oh, these hors d'oeuvres are so delicious. Have you noticed that? Oh my God.
You say you are used to being a hostess as part of your husband's work?
Oh, yes. It's an integral part of your life when you're the wife of a... Oh, I forgot. We're not supposed to say who we really are, although heavens to Betsy, I have no idea why.
Don't you know?
No.
I know who you are.
How do you know who I am?
Oh, let's just say that Mr. Peacock knows I live in Washington, too.
Oh, so you're a politician's wife.
Yes.
Well, come on then, tell us. Who's your husband?
Well, oh. They're good, aren't they? Well, what about your husband? What does he do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
Sounds like hard work to me.
This is one of my very favorite recipes.
I know, madam.
So what is it that you do in Washington, D.C., Mr. Green? Oh, come on, what do you do? I mean, how are we going to get acquainted if we don't say something about ourselves?
Maybe he doesn't want to get acquainted with you.
Well, I'm sure I don't know, but if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, we'd all be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of silences, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes. What? No, why do you ask?
Oh, it just seems to me that you might suffer from what we call pressure of speech.
What are you, some kind of shrink?
I do know a little bit about psychological medicine, yes.
Are you a doctor?
I am, but I don't practice.
Really, practice makes perfect. I found that most men need a little practice, don't you, Mrs. Peacock?
What?
So, what do you do, Professor?
I work for you-know-who.
What?
The United Nations Organization, World Health Organization.
Okay.
Well, what's your area of special concern?
Family planning, wink. What about you, Colonel? Are you a real colonel?
I am, sir.
You're not going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.
How do you know that? Have we met before?
I've certainly seen you before, although you may not have seen me.
So, Miss Scarlett, does this mean you live in Washington, too?
Sure do.
Wait a second, Does anyone here not live in Washington, D.C.?
I don't.
Yes, but you work for you-know-who, and that's a government job. And the rest of us live in a government town. Say, does anyone here not earn his or her living from the government in one way or another?
Now, see here, Jeeves. What's going on here? Where's this host of ours, and why have we been brought here?
Oh, sorry, sir. You have to excuse me for just a moment. Oh, and it's Wadsworth, sir.
This is very awkward.
Ah, yes, do come in, sir. You're eagerly awaited.
You're locking me in. I'll take the key.
Over my dead body. May I take your bag?
No. I'll leave it out here till I need it.
It contains evidence, I presume?
Surprises, my friend. That's what it contains. Surprises.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Body.
What the fuck are they doing in the study?
They're having fucking cocktails, sir.
Look, I demand to know what's going on in here!
Well, I believe that we all received a letter. My letter says, it will be to your advantage to be present on this date, because a Mr. Body will bring to an end a certain long-standing confidential and painful financial liability. It is signed a friend.
I received a similar letter.
So did I.
I also received a letter.
Forgive my curiosity, Mr. Body, but did your letter say the same thing?
No.
No. Excuse me.
Oh, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, as per my instructions, I shall now reveal what you all have in common with one another. Oh, unless you'd care to do the honors, Mr. Body.
Why? They know who I am?
Oh, I don't think so. But then you've never identified yourself to any of them, have you?
It's a hoax. I suggest we all leave.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but you cannot leave this house. All the windows are barred, all the doors locked. Please, calm down. You all have one thing in common. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable time, each of you has been paying what you can afford, and in some cases, more than you can afford, to someone who threatens to expose you. And none of you knows who's blackmailing you. Do you?
Oh, please. I mean, no one can blackmail me. My life is an open book. I've never done anything wrong.
Anyone else care to deny it? Very well. Now, since we're all in the same boat, I see no harm in revealing a few details, and it is part of my instructions to do so.
Don't you think you might spare us this humiliation?
No. Professor Plum! You were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in helping paranoid and homicidal lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the United Nations.
So your work has not changed. But your license to practice has been revoked, has it not?
Why? What did he do?
Do you know what doctors are not allowed to do with their lady patients?
Yeah?
Well, he did. And not just with his lady patients.
I'm a consummate psychiatrist.
Oh yeah, just how many patients have you consummated with?
How revolting.
Making moral judgments, are we, Mrs. Peacock? How then do you explain taking bribes in exchange for delivering your husband, Senator Peacock's vote to certain lobbyists?
Where have you been, Wadsworth? My husband is a paid consultant. It's a common practice. There is nothing illegal about that.
Yes, well, not if it's publicly declared, perhaps. But if the payment is made via manila envelope, stuffed with freshly laundered cash and slipped under the men's room door. How would you explain that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
Well, how would you know? When were you in that men's room?
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
Yes, I suppose that's possible. And yet the fact remains, you've been paying blackmail for over a year to keep that story out of the papers.
Well, I'm willing to believe you.
Thank you.
You see, I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
Me too.
And me.
Not me.
No, you're not being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right, but I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
I bet you did.
What did you do?
Well, to be perfectly frank, I run a specialized hotel and telephone service that provides gentlemen with the company of a young lady for a short while.
Hotel. What's the address?
Oh, please.
So, Miss Scarlett, how did you know that Colonel Mustard lived in Washington, D.C.? Was he one of your...
Certainly not!
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Aha, so it is true.
Aha!
A double negative.
Double negatives? You mean you have photographs?
I'm afraid that sounds like a confession to me, sir. In fact, the double negative is left proof positive. You gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
Oh, you don't need any help from me, sir.
That's right.
Oh, but seriously, I don't see what's so terrible about Colonel Mustard visiting a house of ill repute. I mean, most soldiers do, don't they?
Oh, please.
Yes, but I'm afraid that the Colonel holds a very sensitive security post at the Pentagon. Oh, and Colonel, you drive a very expensive car for someone who lives on a colonel's pay.
Well, I came into money during the war. But I lost my mommy and daddy.
Mrs. White, you've been paying blackmail for over a year now, ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Why is that funny?
I get it. That's why he's lying on his back. You killed him.
I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmailer?
Oh. I don't want a scandal, do I? We had a very humiliating public confrontation. He was deranged, lunatic. He didn't actually seem to like me very much. He had threatened to kill me.
And yet, he was the one who died, Mrs. White. Not you. Not you.
What did he do for a living?
He was a scientist, a nuclear physicist. He was my little strange love.
What was he like?
I'm afraid he was a rather stupidly optimistic man. I mean, I'm afraid it came as a great shock to him when he died. He was found dead. At home, his head had been cut off. Well, I had been out all evening at the movies.
So do you miss him?
I like to think of it as a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
And yet, it was your second husband, wasn't it, Mrs. White? Your first husband also disappeared.
But that was his job. He was an illusionist.
Yes, but he never reappeared.
Well, he wasn't a very good illusionist.
Excuse me, but I have something to say, and I'm not going to wait for whatever he's worth to unmask me. I work for the State Department, and I'm a homosexual. I feel no personal shame or guilt about this, but shh, this must remain a secret, or I would lose my job. Thank you.
Well, that just leaves Mr. Body.
Oh, what's your little secret?
Oh, Mr. Body's little secret, hadn't you guessed? He's the one who's blackmailing you. The police are coming. Please. Blackmail depends on secrecy. You've all revealed how he's been able to blackmail him. All you have to do is tell the police the truth, and Mr. Body will be behind the bars. What do you find so amusing?
They'll never tell the police.
Then I shall. I have evidence in my possession, and what's more, this conversation is being tape recorded.
Oh, please, Mrs. Buttersworth. Everyone knows that tape recordings are not admissible evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the police will be here in about 45 minutes. Tell them the truth, and all your troubles will be over. Where do you think you're going now?
Just gonna get my little bag from the hall. I think I can help them make up their minds.
This is the worst party I've ever been to.
Who can guess what's in here?
The evidence against us, no doubt.
We didn't know we were meeting you tonight. Did you know you were meeting us?
Yes.
What were you told precisely?
Merely that you were all meeting to discuss our little financial arrangements. And if I did not appear, Wadsworth would be informing the police about it all. I could hardly resist putting in an appearance, could I? Professor Plum. Wait for it. Catch. Open them!
Why not? I enjoy getting presents from strange men. A candlestick? What's this for?
In your hands, you keep hold a lethal weapon.
Oh my God! This is
It's a piece of lead pipe.
Oh.
If you denounce me to the police, you will also be exposed and humiliated. I'll see to that in court. But if one of you were to kill Wadsworth now, no one but the 7 of us would ever know. He has the key to the front door, which he said would only be opened over his dead body. I say we take him up on that offer. The only way to avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth. Now!
It's not Wadsworth!
It's Mr. Body!
Stand back. Give him air. Let me see. He's dead.
Who had the gun?
I did.
Then you shot him! You had the gun! If you didn't shoot him, who did?
Nobody. Look, there's no gunshot wound. Somebody grabbed the gun from me in the dark and it went off. Look, there's a bullet hole right here in the wall.
Why, he's absolutely right. There's a bullet hole right there in the wall. See that?
But then how did he die? I don't know. I'm not a forensic expert.
Well, one of us must have killed him.
Well, I didn't do it.
I need a drink!
Maybe he was poisoned!
Well, I had to stop her from screaming. So, was the champagne poisoned?
With what?
I don't know. An overdose, perhaps. From an easily attainable psychiatric medication.
Well, looks like we'll never know.
Unless she dies too.
The billiard room.
Don't leave me here.
You're alive!
No thanks to you.
What do you mean?
You looked me up as a murderer, you idiot.
So the murderer is in this room!
Maybe.
But where?
Well, here. We are all looking at him. Oh, her. This was Mrs. White said in his study. One of you is the killer.
How did you know I said that?
Duh, I was listening.
But why were you screaming in here all by yourself?
Because I am frightened. Me too. I also drink the champagne. But I cannot stay in here by myself.
Oh, come back to this study with us.
Who is a murderer?
There's safety in numbers, my dear.
Is there no indication how he died?
No.
This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. It's not at all what I'd intended.
Not what you intended.
So you're not the butler?
I am not the butler, but I am a butler. In fact, I was his butler.
So, if he told you to invite us all to his house, why did he arrive late?
This is not his house. I invited you. In fact, I wrote the letters. It was all my idea.
Wait a minute!
Come on.
Wait a minute! I don't understand. Why did you invite us here to meet your late employer? Were you in on his blackmailing scheme?
Certainly not. I had never even met Mr. Body before this evening.
I think you had better explain.
Well, when I said that I was Mr. Body's butler, this was both true and misleading. I was to be his butler, see, but that all changed 1 week ago when my wife decided to end her life.
Oh.
You see, she too was being blackmailed by this odious man who now lies dead before us. He hated her for the same reason he hated all of you. He considered you all to be thoroughly un-American. For some reason he thought it inappropriate for a senator to have a corrupt wife, for a doctor to bamboozle his patients, for a lady to kill her husband, and so forth.
Please, this is so ridiculous. If he was such a patriot, how come he just didn't report to the authorities?
Well, he decided to take his information and put it to good use and make a little money out of it. What could be more American than that?
That still doesn't explain your role at all.
Well, isn't it obvious, man? I was a victim too. Well, at least my wife was. You see, she had friends who were socialists. Mr. Body threatened to expose her to the House Un-American Activities Committee unless she named them. Well, she refused. So he blackmailed her. We had no money. So the price of his silence was that we were to work for him for nothing. We were to become his slaves. Well, to make a long story short,
Too late.
the suicide of my wife preyed upon my mind and gave rise to a certain sense of injustice. I resolved to put Mr. Body behind bars. It seemed to me the best way to do it was to invite you all here, gather you face to face, confront him with his crimes, and turn him over to the police.
Well, I guess that explains everything.
Hardly! We still don't know who killed him!
No.
And we've got to find out within the next 39 minutes before the police arrive.
Oh no, we can't have the police come here now. The body.
And how are we going to tell which one of you did it in less than 39 minutes?
What do you mean, which one of you did it?
Well, I didn't do it.
Yes, but one of us did. We all had the motive, we all had the opportunity, and so.
We'll all get the chair.
Hey, maybe it wasn't one of us.
Well, who else could it have been?
Who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
The cook!
In the kitchen.
The kitchen! Wadsworth, I think you'd better explain yourself.
Me? Why me?
Who'd want to kill the cook?
The food wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If it were up to me, I'd kill you next.
Oh.
I said if. Now, come on, everybody. There's only one admitted killer here, and it's certainly not me. It's her.
Oh, me! I've admitted nothing.
You paid the blackmailer. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's?
Yours.
5.
5.
Yes, just a 5. Husband should be like Kleenex. Soft, strong, and disposable.
You lure a man to their deaths like a spider with flies.
Flies are where men are most vulnerable.
That's right. Well, who had access to the knife anyhow? It was you, Mrs. Peacock, wasn't it?
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study.
Where?
I don't know before I fainted, after I fainted. I don't know. But any of you could have picked it up.
Agreed. Look, I think we should take the cook's body into the study.
Why?
Hide the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
Look.
What?
What?
The body's gone.
What?
Mr. Body's body, it's gone.
Maybe he wasn't dead. He was? We should have made sure.
How? Oh, by cutting his head off, I suppose.
That was uncalled for.
Where is he?
We better look for him.
Well, he couldn't have been dead.
I thought he was. What difference does it make now?
Oh, it makes quite a difference to him. Hey, maybe there is life after death.
Oh, please, life after death is as improbable as sex after marriage.
Maybe he was just done.
Or maybe he was just faking.
Yeah.
Or maybe Mr. Body killed the cook.
Yes!
But,
Details.
Well, if you'll excuse me, is there a little girl's room?
Oui, oui, madame.
Okay, that's really none of your business.
Hey, what's this, Wadsworth?
oh, I'm afraid those are the negatives to which Colonel Mustard earlier referred.
Oh, my God!
Were you planning to blackmail him, Wadsworth?
Certainly not. I had obtained them for the Colonel, and I was going to give them to him as soon as the body had been unmasked.
Oh, very pretty. Would you like to see these, Yvette?
No, merci. I am a lady.
Oh, how do you know what kind of pictures these are if you're such a...
They're my pictures, and I'd like them back, please.
No, I'm afraid there's something in them that concerns me, too.
Let me see.
Oh, my. Is that a... And those are... And they are...
Mrs. Peacock! The hall. Mr. Body!
I'll save you, Mrs. Peacock. Come with me. Tell the dogs we're all invited right here.
Get your hands off me, you freak!
Oh my God, did you see? The professor touched my butt! It was awful! He's so slimy!
It's Mr. Body! He's dead! Again.
You've got blood on your hands!
But I didn't do it.
Wait. He's got no injuries. Well, he's certainly dead now. Why would anyone want to kill Mr. Body twice?
It seems so unnecessary.
I call it melodramatic.
We call it psychotic.
We call it overkill.
Unless he wasn't dead before.
Oh, what difference does it make?
Now, pay attention, man! I've been trying to figure out all night. Who killed him? Where it happened? And with what?
There's no need to shout!
I'm not shouting! All right, I am! Sorry.
Well, who had access to the candlestick anyhow?
It was given to Miss Scarlet.
Yeah, but I dropped it on the table. Anyone could have picked it up.
All right, look. We've still got all these weapons about. The lead pipe.
My lover.
The rope. The gun. I think is the wrench. Perhaps we should lock them all up into this cabinet.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
I mean, seeing as there's a homicidal maniac about. Thank you.
What are you doing with the key?
Oh, I was putting it in my pocket.
Why?
Well, it's got to be put somewhere. Keep it safe.
Oh, okay.
But then you can open it whenever you want.
Yes, but it also means that you can't.
But what if you're the murderer?
Oh, I'm not.
But what if you are?
Well, it's got to be put someplace. At least if I have it, I know I'm safe.
But we don't know that we are.
All right, look. I have an idea. We shall throw the key away.
Great idea.
Throw it away.
That's what I said.
Let's just repeat it again. Throw it away.
How about if we throw the key away?
Throw it away.
Oh, jeez. Can we help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb the whole household here, but my car broke down outside, and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Oh, just a moment, please. Why, of course. Please, won't you come in?
Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone? What body?
Body? There's no body. There's nobody. There's nobody in the study.
No!
But I think there's a phone in the lounge.
Yes!
Lounge.
Oh my God, is he all right?
Oh, he's just drunk. I'm scazy.
Well, he shouldn't drive home.
Oh, he won't be driving anywhere, I guarantee that.
We'll get him a car.
A long black car.
And a limousine.
You're through with your calls. Perhaps you'd be so kind as to remain.
Certainly.
I've locked him in.
Where's the key?
Do you still wish me to throw the key away?
Yes!
How must it? Would you be so kind as to see that the body is removed?
Mr. Green.
Witness?
Maybe the cat's the murderer.
Well, what now?
Wadsworth, let me out.
No.
Why not?
Because we still haven't found out who the murderer is, and we can't risk anyone leaving until we do. We're all in this together now.
Well, I could use a drink.
I'd kill for a sea breeze.
So, is everything all right in the study?
Yeah, 2 corpses. Everything's fine.
Oh,
Look, pay attention, everybody. Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is somebody else in this house.
No, sorry, I said no, meaning yes.
No meaning yes? Look, I want a clear answer. Is there somebody else in this house, or is it the yes or no?
No.
No there is, or no there isn't?
Yes.
Please! Don't you think we should get that man out of the house before he finds out what's been going on here?
Yeah. Outside in this weather.
If we let him stay in the house, he may get suspicious.
If we throw him out, he'd make it even more suspicious.
If I were him, I'd be suspicious already.
oh, please! That guy doesn't matter. Let him stay locked up for another half an hour. The police will will be here by then. And hello, there are 2 dead bodies in the study.
Well, there still seems to be some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house.
I told you, there isn't.
There isn't any confusion, or there isn't anybody else.
Either. But,
I just want a straight answer.
well, of course. What was the question?
Is there anybody else in this house? No! Sure, that's what he says, but he seems a bit confused to me. I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We'll split up and search the house.
Split up?
Yes, we have very little time left, so we'll split up into pairs.
Pairs? Wait a minute, you control freak. If we split up into pairs, whichever one is left with the killer might get killed.
That's right.
Then we would have found out who the murderer is.
But hello, the other half of the pair would be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are inevitable. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Every cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
Colonel, are you willing to take that chance?
What choice have we?
None.
I suppose you're right.
Oh, d'accord. But it is dark upstairs, and I'm frightened of the dark. Will somebody go with me?
I will.
I will.
I will not.
Wadsworth, how many floors are there in this house anyhow?
Well, there's the attic, the second floor bedrooms, this floor, and the cellar.
All right, Yvette, you and, Mr. Green, you take the attic. Wadsworth, you and Mrs. White search the second floor. Professor Plum, you and Mrs. Peacock search the cellar. Scarlet and I'll search this floor.
What are you afraid of? A fate worse than death?
No, just death. Isn't that enough? Oh, good Lord, don't look at my body.
Now let's see. The motorist is in the lounge and the corpses are in the study, so we can search the kitchen, the dining room, the billiard room, or the library.
Well, I think I saw a ballroom. Wasn't there a conservatory?
Well, you look. I'll stop the kitchen.
Yes, I made it, but I'm a little nervous. They've locked me in a lounge. Oh, no, I did exactly as the letter said to do. Oh, no one seemed to expect me. Oh, well, it's a whole group of people having some sort of party. Oh, but get this, one of them is my old boss from... Ow!
What's that smell?
Oh, it's fertilizer. This must be the conservatory. So, did you find anything?
Not a thing. You?
Yeah, I found a secret passage.
Secret passage?
Yeah, it leads from the kitchen to the study. That's how the murderer murdered Mr. Body and the cook.
Really? Hey! Looks like another secret passage.
Should we see where this one leads?
Ah, what the hell? And I'll go first. I've had a good life. It's the motorist! He's dead!
Where are they?
They're in the lounge. But I locked it.
Then unlock it!
The key is gone.
Never mind about the key, unlock the door!
He can't unlock the door without the key! Wait a minute, I have an idea.
Let us in! Let us in!
Let us out! Let us out!
Shut up, we're doing our best!
I know, I have it!
Idiots.
What is she doing? Come out, Eliza.
Why are you shooting that thing at us?
To get you out!
We could have
was locked.
Oh, that's a great trick.
There's a secret passage around the conservatory.
Secret passage? Yvette, is that another revolver?
But no.
Is that from the locked cupboard?
Yes.
It was locked.
But no.
It's unlocked?
But yes.
It's open.
How did you know it was unlocked? How did you know you could get to the gun?
I didn't. I was thinking I would break it open, but it was open already.
A likely story. Wow!
Maybe they'll just go away.
Go away, please go away, go away, go away.
Well, I'm gonna open it.
Why?
I have nothing to hide. I didn't do it.
I'm gonna cower in terror over here.
Wadsworth, McKew. Thank you.
I found an abandoned car down at the gates. I was wondering if perhaps the motorist may have come in here for some help.
Actually, yes.
Seems to be some kind of disagreement.
No, actually, yes.
Well, you mind if I come in and use your phone?
Why, of course you may, officer. You may use the one in this. You can use the one in the Would you mind terribly waiting for us in the library?
Sure. Hey, don't I know you two from somewhere? Oh. Hey, you all seem a little bit anxious about something.
No. It's his revolver. He was showing it to us and it went off accidentally. Almost killed us, really. Won't you come this way?
Sure.
You may help yourself to a drink. Oh, not the champagne, just in case.
Just in case of what?
Why are you locking him in?
Well, we haven't finished searching the house yet.
We're running out of time. Only 15 minutes before the police come. The police already came.
Look, why don't we just get on with it, shall we?
Monsieur?
This time, no tongue.
God, this time, no tongue.
Time me, please.
Hello? Looks like some kind of party. There's an abandoned car down to the gates. I used that as an excuse at the door. Nah, no one seemed to expect me. Nah, I don't know why I was requested specifically. Hey, get this though. You know who is here. Yeah. And guess who else? Oh.
Put that down. Did any of them recognize you?
They must have. And not just my face either. They know every inch of my body. And they're not the only ones either. It's you! Ah! 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 Ow!
I am your singing telegram. Ow!
murders?
Neither of them was shot. I thought I heard a gun.
I did.
So did I.
I thought I heard the front door slam.
Oh my God, the murder must have run out.
3 murders!
6 altogether.
This is getting serious.
Gang!
All says ruining our group dynamics.
There's no gun, but must have dropped it. Well, very well. I know who did it.
You do?
Yes. And what's more, I'm going to explain to you all how it was done. In order to help you understand, I shall need to take you through the events of the evening, step by step. At the start of the evening, Yvette was here, waiting to offer you all a glass of champagne. I was also in the hall. I know, because I was there.
Good point.
And the cook was here, alive, waiting to carry in food. And then the doorbell rang. Bung, bung. And it was you.
Yes.
I recognized you as Colonel Mustard, and I prevented you from using your real name because I didn't want anyone using any name other than their pseudonym. And then I introduced myself to you as the butler. And then Yvette met you and smiled and gave you a glass of champagne. And then the doorbell rang. Bung, bung. And it was Mrs. White, looking pale and tragic. And I introduced her to the Colonel. Hello! A hero! And then I noticed that Yvette and Mrs. White flinched. Well, to make a long story short.
Too late!
One by one, you all arrived, where we repaired to the study and revealed we had all been involved in a blackmail. And then Mr. Body arrived with the surprise packages, and after you all opened your little presents, Mr. Body switched off the lights.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? I mean...
And then the lights came back on, and Mr. Body lay on the floor, pretending to be dead. So why would he be pretending to be dead? It could only be because Mr. Body realized that the situation was not going according to plan, and the bullet had been intended to kill him, not me. You see, the bullet hole is here, in the wall, next to the light switch where Mr. Body was standing. Clearly, the best means for him to escape death was to pretend to be dead already.
So whoever grabbed the gun from me in the dark was trying to kill him.
But remember what happened next. Mrs. Peacock took a drink.
Hey!
You said, no, it's poison. She screams, ah! 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 We had to stop from screaming. Then, more screaming. Yvette, the billiard room. We all rushed out. But one of us wasn't there with us. No. No. Maybe one of us was murdering the cook. Who wasn't there with us?
Do you know?
I do. While we were all in the billiard room trying to stop Yvette from screaming, one of us could have stayed behind the study, picked up the knife, ran down the hallway, and would you mind telling me? Sure. And stabbed the cook.
How could he have risked it? We might have seen him running back.
Oh, not if they used the secret passageway that runs from the kitchen to the study.
Secret passage?
And so, the murderer ran down the secret passageway that leads from the kitchen to the study.
How do you know?
Well, this house belongs to a friend of mine I've known all along.
Then you could be the murderer.
Oh, you silly fop. If I were the murderer, well, I'd bother to reveal to you how I did it.
Well, who else knew about the secret passage?
We found it, Colonel Mustard and me.
You found it. You could have known about it all the time.
But I didn't.
Why should we believe you?
Because she was with us the whole time in the billiard room door, but Yvette was screaming, don't you remember?
What I don't understand is this. Why was the cook murdered? She had nothing to do with Mr. Body.
Of course she didn't. Look, I invited you all here because you are all implicated in Mr. Body's dastardly blackmail scheme in one way or another. Did none of you deduce that the others were involved too?
What others?
The cook! And Yvette!
No!
Yes. That's how Mr. Body was able to get his information. Before he could blackmail anyone, Mr. Body had to discover the guilty secret. The cook and Yvette were his accomplices.
So whoever knew the cook was involved killed her.
Yes, very good. But I also happen to know that the cook used to work for one of you.
Who?
You recognize the fact, didn't you? Don't deny it!
What do you mean, don't deny it? I'm not denying anything.
Another denial.
All right, it's true. I knew Yvette. My husband had an affair with her, but I didn't care.
Yes, very
I wasn't jealous.
Okay. And you, Missy, you also knew Yvette, didn't you?
Yeah, she worked for me, my best girl, too. Besides me, of course.
And you, sir. We've already established that you were one of Miss Scarlett's clients. That's why you were so desperate. That's why you were so desperate to get your hands on those negatives. Photographs of you and Yvette in flagrante delicto.
Oh, Mr. Body threatened to send those photographs to my dear old mother. The shock would have killed her.
Oh, that would have been quite an achievement since you told us that she's dead already. So he had the motive.
Yes!
You all had the motive.
Well, where and when was Mr. Body killed?
Don't you see? Look, when all came back to the study with Yvette, Mr. Body lay on the floor pretending to be dead, but one of us must have noticed that he's still alive. So, one of us must have slipped through that same secret passageway, and I went on to explain to you why we're all here and told you that I was the point. And then we noticed there was only one other person in the house!
The cook!
By now, she was dead. So, while we were all examining the cook's body, one of us slipped through the same secret passageway again. Yes, again. Meanwhile, Mr. Body lay on the floor pretending to be dead, but he jumped up. The murderer came out of the secret passageway and entered the study. Picking up the candlestick, Mr. Body followed us out of the study and into the hall, looking for a means of escape. But the murderer crept up behind him and... One more time, please.
Oh, sure.
Smashed him on the head with the candle! Before dragging his lifeless corpse into the bathroom. Nonchalantly rejoined the body in the kitchen door for less than half a minute.
Well, who wasn't there the entire time in the kitchen?
Whoever it was! It's the murderer. Next, we gathered up all the weapons, and I took them to the cabinet and locked them in. I then went to the front door to throw the key away. But the motorist arrived. Well, I didn't throw the key away. I put it in my pocket. And it was then that one of you could have taken the key from my pocket and substituted
We were all in the huddle. Any one of us could have done that.
precisely.
But wait! Colonel Mustard works for a top-secret Pentagon job, and Mrs. White's husband's a nuclear physicist, and Yvette is the link between them.
What is your top secret job, Colonel?
Oh, I can tell you. He's working on the secret to the next fusion bomb.
How do you know that?
Can you keep a secret?
Yes.
So can I.
So, was this a plot between them, Wadsworth, or did Colonel Mustard do it alone?
Well, we shall see.
We shall.
Let us examine the other murders.
Yes, bad luck that motorist arrived at that moment.
Oh, no, it wasn't luck, Professor. I invited him.
You did?
Yes, of course, it's obvious.
It is?
Yes, look. Everyone here tonight was either Mr. Body's victim or accomplice. Everyone who died supplied him with vital information about one of you. I gathered the servants here together tonight so they would give evidence against Mr. Body and force him to confess.
Oh yeah, what about that motorist? What kind of information did he have?
He was my brother during the war.
And what was he holding over you?
He knew that I was a war profiteer. I stole essential Air Force radio parts and sold them on the black market. That's how I made all my money. But that does not make me a murderer.
But a lot of our airmen died because their radios didn't work. So was this cop working for Mr. Body as well?
Oh, the cop was from Washington. I bragged to him once a week. Just so I could carry on with business. Mr. Body found out somehow.
Oh my God!
Oh, please!
And the singing telegram girl?
She was my patient once. I had an affair with her. So I lost my license. Ish. Mr. Body found that out too.
So now you know why they all died. Whoever killed Mr. Body also wanted his accomplices dead.
How did the murderer know about them all? I mean, I admit, I guess this young singer informed me to Mr. Body, but I didn't know anything about the rest of you people until tonight.
My God, man, how'd you ever get through medical school? It's really quite simple, Professor. The murderer obtained the evidence envelope. Your letters, your photographs that constituted Mr. Body's evidence against you and his network of spies.
Where is the envelope now?
No, it's not here. Maybe it's missing, or possibly destroyed. Apparently, the murderer made a plan to kill Mr. Body's accomplices and escape amidst all the hullabaloo. First, he needed access to the weapons. He took the key from my pocket. And then we all followed the Colonel's suggestion that we split up and search the house.
That's right, it was the Colonel's suggestion.
But one of us must have gotten away from his or her partner and made his or her way back to the study and the evidence envelope. And so, having learned the whole story, the murderer went to the cabinet, took out the wrench, and proceeded to go down.
Then we found the secret passageway from the conservatory to the lounge where we found the murderers dead.
Yes, very good. But the door was locked. We couldn't get in. So Yvette went to the now open weapons cabinet and took out the gun and proceeded to shoot the door open. Bang! And then the doorbell rang.
Oh my God! Whoever it is has got to go away or they'll be killed!
Good evening. Have you ever given any thought to the kingdom of heaven?
What?
Lieutenant, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
You ain't just whistling Dixie.
Armageddon is almost upon us.
Oh, I've got news for you. It's already here!
Go away!
But your souls are in danger.
Our lives are in danger, you moron!
That's Mormon.
The cop arrived next. Well, we locked him into the library. But we forgot that the weapons cabinet was still open. And so, when we all split up to search the house, again, the murderer, please, thank you, switched off the electricity.
Oh, dear Lord! I hate this part!
Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten anyone.
Too late! Hate when he does that.
And then, yes, 3 more murders. Let us examine each murder one by one by one. Professor Plus! You knew in the study that Mr. Body was still alive. Even psychiatrists can tell the difference between patients who are alive and who are dead. You then proceeded to shoot at Mr. Body in the dark with your revolver, and you missed. And so you only pretended he was dead. And that's how you were able to kill him later, unobserved.
That's right, he was the missing person in the kitchen after we found the cook dead.
But wait, wasn't he in the billiard room when we found that screaming? If he killed the cook, how'd he do it?
I didn't.
You don't expect us to believe that, do you?
Oh, but I expect you to believe it, Mrs. Peacock. After all, you killed the cook!
Oh!
Yes, the cook used to be your cook. Don't you remember your fatal mistake? And you also remember what I was talking about before. You said that we were eating one of your favorite recipes, and monkey's brains, very popular in Cantonese cuisine, are not often to be found in Washington, D.C.
Is that what we ate?
Does he have to be Colonel Mustard. When the motorist arrived at the front door, it was you who took the key from my pocket. We then all followed your suggestion that we split up and search the house. Whereupon you managed to slip away from Miss Scarlett. You crossed the hall. You went into the study, went to the weapons cabinet, you took the stolen key, and you took out the wrench. You ran to the conservatory, went into the secret passage, went to the lounge, and killed the motorist with a blow on the head.
This is incredible!
Tell me that. And yet, not so incredible, as not happened. After we all split up to search the house again, I went upstairs with you. Mrs. Whitelow, yes, you. While I was in the master bedroom, and it's not important what I was doing. You slunk away, went down to the study, whereupon you took the rope out of the now open weapons cabinet, you ran to the bedroom, and you thrust out of it. You were jealous that you were stripping your husband, and that's why you killed him too.
Yes! Yes! I did it! I killed Yvette! I hated her so much! I hated flames on the sides of my face. Breathing, heaving breaths, heaving breaths, heaving breaths.
It was all right. Next! While she was in the billiard room, Miss Scarlett seized the opportunity, and under cover of darkness made her way to the library, whereupon she managed to kill the cat with a blow to the head from the lead pipe. True or false?
True. Are you Sherlock Holmes?
Oh, I'm sure.
It must have been Mr. Green who killed the singing telegram.
I didn't do it.
Well, who else is left?
Well, I didn't do it. The revolver's missing. Who's ever got the gun? Shot the girl.
Or darts and stuff in here. There's nothing.
He was
Kids. You all thought that Mr. Body was dead, but why? None of you had even met him before this evening.
You're Mr. Body?
Wait a minute. So who did I kill?
My butler.
Shucks.
He was expendable, like all of you. I'm grateful to you all for ridding me my network of icky-sticky spies. Saved me a lot of trouble, really. But now there's no evidence against me.
So this all has nothing to do with my nuclear physicist husband?
All my work on the new top-secret fusion bomb?
For you see, communism was just a red herring.
I hate this. But the police will be here any minute, and none of you will get away with this.
Oh, you silly, silly, silly man. Why should the police come? Nobody's called them.
You mean, oh my God, of course!
Can I look now?
I said something like, you mean, oh my God, of course. Then there was this improv with the food and then...
Hands in the air, sister. Put them back down. So why shouldn't we get away with it? Look, I suggest that we stack the bodies into the cellar, lock it, leave quietly, one at a time, and we pretend that none of us ever happened.
Sounds great.
And you'll just continue blackmailing us, I suppose?
Yes, of course. Why not?
Well, I'll tell you why not.
Good shot, Green. Very good. Let's see.
Are you a cop?
No, I'm a plant.
A plant that have been like you were usually called a fruit.
Very funny. FBI. I told ya. I didn't do it. Okay, Chief.
All right, who done it?
Colonel Mustard and
They all did it. Each played a role in this game. But if you want to know who shot Mr. Body, I did. Mr. Green, in the hallway, with the revolver. Good one, Green. Like I tell you, Chief, with a man like me, you always get your Wadsworth. Now I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
You never told me you were married!